Taking a look at Wall Street, stocks were up and down today, mostly the Dow, and it ended the day down. Last week, though, it was quite a wild ride. The Dow had one of its worst days since 2022, but it made a full recovery by Friday. Today, I spoke with Nancy Tengler of Laffer Tengler Investments about what the future holds. To talk more about the markets and your portfolio, Nancy Tengler with Laffer Tengler Investments is here. Nancy, thanks so much for joining us. And I know it's been an interesting, last week or so. There was, the dive that the markets took last week, but then they've since pretty much rebounded. So what kind of is going on? And what's your advice to people that maybe are calling you, your clients who do have some concerns?
Well, thanks so much for having me. And what is going on, I think there are two things. One is we get a correction, which is a decline of about 10%, about once a year. And we get little sell-offs, mini sell-offs, 5%, about 3 times a year. So this is actually normal. It was just the violence of that particular sell-off. And then the second thing that's going on is that all the Wall Street folks are in the Hamptons, so liquidity has kind of dried up. So when you get news, you see these outsized moves because there aren't many buyers in the market during the month of August.
Must be nice to be in the Hamptons, right? Vacationing for a long time. All right. And the CEO of Bank of America also, there's some more positive news, said that they feel like they're no longer predicting an economic downturn anymore. And that also has to be good news.
It is. And I think one of the things you just need to remember is that there are the algorithms, which are the computer programs, read the headlines, and then they drive volatility in the near term. But that's usually what we tell our clients is volatility is the friend of the long-term investor. So use it as an opportunity to buy high quality companies that you've wanted to own that are now on sale. But we agree with the CEO of B of A, Brian Moynihan, this is an economic slowdown. It is not a recession.
The last question I had was, there was some also volatility with tech stocks. And I know, Tesla has had some kind of some issues. They've laid off some people. There have been some tech layoffs in general. Is that a concern moving forward at all?
No, in the last 2 summers, we've had a summer tech swoon, and the stocks have sold off in 2022 and 2023 and now in 2024. And it's proven to be a good opportunity to step in. These companies have pristine balance sheets, tons of cash on the balance sheet, and they have the best earnings in the S&P. So you just want to be patient and not chase the names, but you own the high quality, the best companies, and you'll be fine. 2 years ago, you could buy Microsoft at $240 a share, and it's trading over $400. That's a good return no matter who you are.
Yeah, definitely about the long game, right? I know anytime we talk to someone about investments, it's more about the long game and playing it, right?
And sticking with it and not, as Peter Lynch said, don't let the market scare you out of stocks. I write about this in my book, The Women's Guide to Successful Investing. There's a lot of case studies of mistakes I've made that turned out pretty okay and what other individuals think. But you do need to just focus on, I'm on the financial news media, but I tell people all the time, mute it, because it'll just scare you out of stocks, and you really want to be invested for the long term. Best returns come in equities over almost any time period.
Nancy, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate your insight.
Such a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And she does say that really staying in the long game is the best way to bring in money long term.